What's up, YouTube family? Lou here with another Godlike Collectibles video. And today we are in episode 3 of If I Could Only Have One. And today I decided to go with a player. I don't have a lot of cards of his, not at all. I have a small amount of cards of this player. But he's a Hall of Famer, and he was a great player in his era. Didn't play, I guess he didn't play that many years. He played about 15 years, so it is a decent amount of years. But he was a great hitter for average, and it's none other than Tony Olivia. So he's a Hall of Famer. Just to read out some of his career stats. He has a career batting average of .304, hits 1,917. He had 329 doubles, 48 triples, 220 home runs, runs batted in 947, runs scored 870, 448 walks. He had an on-base percentage of .353, slugging percentage of .476, an OPS of .830. And some of his accolades is in 1964 he won the American League Rookie of the Year. And he actually led the league in batting that year with .323. He hit 217 hits, had 109 runs, 43 doubles, and total bases was 374. And he hit 32 home runs with 94 RBIs as a rookie. They say that that's one of the best rookie seasons that they've ever seen. I don't know if he still holds the record for the most hits by a rookie because he hit 217 hits. I don't know if somebody else broke that, like Ichiro or something like that. I would have to check. He's also the first player in Major League history to win a batting title in his first 2 full seasons. In 1964 and 65, he was a batting champion. He's a 3-time AL batting champion in 64, 65, 71. He led the AL in hits 5 times. And he led the league in doubles 4 times. He was selected to 8 straight All-Star teams from 64 to 71. He got a Gold Glove in 1966. He led all American League right fielders in putouts 6 times, double plays 3 times, and an assist twice. And he had he was a runner-up in 1965 and 1970 of MVP plus top 10 finishes 5 times. So in his era, he was one of the best hitters and one of the best players in the league for his time period. It says here that during his 1964 to 1971 campaign, he amassed 1,455 hits, 177 home runs, and 278 doubles, ranking him among the top hitters of his era. So in just 8 years, he amassed all those numbers, which is pretty incredible for that time period. So he was a great player, elected in the Hall of Fame in the class of 2022. Let me see. Man, he's just been amazing. He had an amazing career. I know his numbers don't show it, so to speak, as far as like his total numbers, but I think it's important to understand that yes, it's great to amass those milestones, but I also love players that are consistent even in a short period, in a short career. Like, we have a lot of players that hit certain milestones because they played 20 years, 22 years. But there's some players that don't make it that far because of injuries. And in Oliva's case, he got hurt, I think it's 71, and it kind of messed up his career going forward. And I think his last year is 70. I want to say it's 76 is his last Topps card. So his last year could have been in that area. But, he's got a ton of rookie cards too. He got a 63, a 64. And then his All-Star Rookie Cup is in 65. So, But he's a great player. Had a lot of accolades for the time period. One of the best hitters in the division. And I just wanted to share some cards and show you which one I decided would be my number one pick for him. So first, I want to show this off. This is his 1964 Giants. So this is like almost like a rookie card in itself. Now I was able to put it in this nice frame. This is such great shape, and I got it for super cheap from a where I get it from. I got it from a local card shop that here in Delaware. They had closed down. I think they're reopening again. But what a great card. So I decided to put it in this frame so I could display it. Then I have this action pack from 1992 with the black border. Shows all his stats, his career. Yeah, he set a AL record in 64 for the most hits in a season by a rookie. So who knows? I don't know if Ichiro ended up breaking that record. But from my understanding, it's him. Then here's a beautiful... This is a special card to me because this was like one of my first vintage cards I ever bought. When I was a teenager, I bought this in a local card shop out in the Bronx in New York when I lived out there. And the reason I bought the card, when I saw it, I recognized who it was because of my father. My father was the one who you know, he taught me about a lot of the old players from back in the day. And, you know, he told me about Tony Olivia, and when I saw it, I bought it and I showed it to him. He's like, "Oh wow, what a great card," and this and the other. And so this is such a great image. It has such a great memory for me because of my dad and stuff like that. So this is just and it's a beautiful shape. I put it in one of my Mag Pros, and this is the 1970 tops. And this is in such great shape. So I love this card. So like I said, this is one of my first vintage cards that I ever purchased when I was a teenager. And I think I might have gotten it for $3 at the time. But man, looking at it now, it's in such beautiful shape. I love the way this card looks. Then I picked up this 1960... I believe this is a 1969 Globe. These are like one of those gas station cards. It's a mini card. These are super cheap. If you're looking for any vintage that's affordable, these were a set of playing cards that they had out of these gas stations. And these are called Globe Imports, if I'm not mistaken, 1969. And it's got a cool black and white image. You know what I mean? And I was able to put it in one of these like a penny sleeve, but it was like for like Bowman cards. Shout out to Mangini. I remember him showing it on his channel, and I ended up purchasing it. Here's another 1969, but this is the Topps All-Star card. I picked this up at a card show in Philly one time. Might have been last year or the year before. Here's the back. Very cool. Then this one I picked up at the National last year in Cleveland. This was my first purchase, I believe, in the National. This is the 1965 Topps All-Star Rookie Cup. Beautiful image. Sharp. Looks super sharp. You know. So I really love this card. It's a nice looking card. Great image. Then I have his 1963 Topps rookie card that he shares with three other players. And this one I picked up in Delaware at a local card show. Um, I think they were asking like 100 for it. And, I asked him if he um, had any room on it. And he told me, I'll do 80. I said, sold. And I picked this one up last year. And I was so happy to find this card. And it's so like centered. Like it just looks great. It's a great looking card, man. And here's the back of it. Looks clean. I had been looking for the longest on eBay, but nothing, ever really caught my eye. And I was like, man, there's always like something, like a corner was always bent, something, but that card was in phenomenal shape. And then I picked this one up at Cooperstown. I went to the Hall of Fame I want to say 2 years ago for my birthday. So in November, it makes 2 years. In November, it'll be 2 years that I went to the Cooperstown, to the Baseball Hall of Fame. And I found this in their shop and I picked it up. And I was like super happy to get his autograph. Like my boy Lou Rock TV says, the silver sticker for the win. But this is a great looking auto. Great card. Here's all his stats in the back. So I was very happy to get this card. And I wanted to pick something up over there, to have like a little memory of being at the Hall of Fame. So those are my Tony Olivia cards. I don't have a lot, like a lot of other players. He does have some great looking cards though. His 76 is a beautiful card. His 60, I want to say his 66 is a great card. 67 is a nice card. He's got like a black batting glove. It almost looks like just regular leather isotoner gloves. What else? He's got some really great cards. I'm looking to get his 64. Shout out to Warren D and CLE. I saw he posted on Instagram a Tony Olivia 64 he picked up, and it looks really good for the price that he paid. He got it for a steal. So, but out of all these cards, I love all of them. This was always my favorite Tony Olivia card, and when I got it last year, I was super excited to have it, to own it. And that's the 1965 Tony Olivia. I love 1965. It's probably my favorite set. As far as like the 60s go, it's my favorite 60s set. I just love the way that it looks with the banner and all that. The colors. It just pops. This card just pops. And when I saw it in Cleveland, I had to get it. And it's funny because I had this card written down as one of the cards I wanted. Believe it or not, 4 of the cards that I had put on the list, I ended up coming home with. And this was one of them. So I was super excited about getting this. But Tony Olivia was a great player. And if I had to only display one card of Tony Olivia in my display case, in my collection to represent him, this would be the card. So hope you enjoyed. Thanks for tuning in. And if you have a player that you want me to do in the future, comment down below. Tell me what your favorite card was of the ones that I showed. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. God bless and be safe. Peace.